controls. Okay. So we are ready to start here with Astrid, and she had help from her son Van, who is also a new member of Askeladen.
Oh, yes. Yes. This is, can you hear me? Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
You could hear me? Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay. This is 2 years ago. And Eric and I went to, Van and I, we went to Norway for the 17th of May. And we were so lucky because the weather was just gorgeous. And here we are. This is before this is actually before it all started. And you can see the royal palace in the background, and you can see some service guard people, and just a few people on each side. They make sure that nobody, you're not supposed to cross the street once everything starts. So you have to, either be on the left side or the right side, and then they will not let you cross. So we're in the middle right there, and I'm sure that right after this they came and told us, get over, choose what side you're going to be on. Yeah, you can go. There we are. Yeah, it hasn't started yet. So now we're on the other side. This is this is this is the main street in Oslo, Karl Johan, named after King Karl Johan, and you'll see him in a little while sitting on his horse up by the palace. He was a very popular king. He did a lot of good things for Norway. And everybody has their flags. That's the main thing you have to wear. You have to have your flag or your colors. Go ahead, it's fine. Yep, it hasn't started yet here either. So I'm on the my favorite side there because I like to see them coming up. On the other side, you'll see them going down. So they'll be coming up here, and you the front part of in front of the castle there. Well, you see Karl Johan in the middle there, and you see the porch on top there with the red area. That's where the royal family is going to come out and stand. And they stand there patiently for, it lasts for over 2 hours. That time it was 112 schools that was in the parade. And they walk from their school. They walk all the way. And then they have their marching bands. So you can go ahead, go to the next one. I don't want, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. So I chose this picture because here you can see him really good, sitting there on his horse. And yeah, that's him right there. Mm-hmm. And then nobody has come out on the there. Now they are part of the guard, that are going to take photos on the top up there. You can take personal photos. Everybody can take personal photos, but you're not supposed to use them for monetary value. It's for yourself. So we're allowed to do this. Everybody takes tons of pictures. Yeah. Go. You can go ahead. It's fine. Yeah. Now you can see now, and in order to be on the top part there, you have to have a ticket, and it's really hard to get a ticket. Oh, good. That's my granddaughter.
Tu fais coucou moi? On est là!
Of course, I couldn't get it to. Come on over here, sugar. Okay. You can say hi to them if you want. Hi. This is my granddaughter Gabriella. She came to give Grandma a hand because I wasn't sure if I could do this right. So this is the royal family. Now this actually is not from 2018. This might be from 17 because you see Magnus. He's much younger there, and then Mette-Marit, and then the next after her dad. Crown Prince Haakon, who's going to be the next king, and then after him, we will have a Norwegian queen, and that is the last time we had one. It was in, I think it was in. I'm not making this up. I think it was in 18. I mean, in 1300. It was in 1300. And that is the time when she was ruling all three countries. And then after that, Norway was no longer Norway. We were actually either under Sweden or Denmark, all the way up until 1905. But we're going to have a real Norwegian queen again, and that's her name is Ingrid Alexandra. Yeah. Go ahead, it's fine. Thank you. Here you see them again. The prince is very popular. Everybody thinks he's so much like his grandfather, and he is. He's very friendly and goes to a regular school. There's no special schools. They go to regular schools, both of them. Yeah. And you see Skaugum, they live, that's where they live. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Is this a video? How can you make it? I'm making a video. Oh my God. This is the very start of the parade. The horses come first, and then they usually have they might have one band, and then they also have a wagon with adult Norwegians all dressed up in costumes, and they dance in front of the king and the queen, and they actually dance all the way up the street. I don't know how they managed to do it, because it's just full on, and it's really fun to watch them. They're very popular. Yeah. Here comes the, yeah. The lady. Yeah, it's you can't help being very proud, because I don't think there is another country in the world that has any celebration like this. There's no military with guns or anything like that. It's just all happy. Everybody's out there enjoying themselves. Yeah. Can see and now in front of each school they have a flag parade, and that's an honor. Everybody wants to be the one that carry the flag, and they usually take turns because those flags are heavy. You see they have most of the children will have some kind of belt that helps them hold the flag, and then somebody else will take turns with them holding the flag. But of course, everybody wants to be the one walking in front of the palace. Yeah, that's nice. You can go ahead. Yeah, that's and each yeah, they it is all smiles. Everybody's smiling. And I remember when I was going to elementary school, then we had a very popular leader of the band, and that music from it was called "Yes, We Have No Bananas," and they played that instead of a regular, ordinary, the normal music. And we were the hit of the whole Norway. They kept playing that video. Oh, I wish I had that so you could hear that. It was really fun. We were so proud. Yeah, you can go ahead. Let's go. Yeah, my son Van, he took most of these pictures as I was enjoying everything so much, talking with people I had never met before. Everybody talks with everybody and asks questions. So people actually come from all over, and they have most of the towns, even the small ones, will have their own parade, but the big parade, of course, is in Oslo. You can go ahead, go. How to turn it? Can we turn it?
I don't think
No,
we're
she
not
had no.
sharing.
The lady has to do it. Yeah. You can go to the next picture if you like. Oh, I went back to chat. Okay. Stop. She's the lady that's been helping me right there, Gail. She's really sweet. There we go. Okay. Press escape, double click. Okay, it came back now. Yeah. Can you still hear me?
Yeah. You have your microphone on, so I think they can.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. This here you see my son Van and I, and this is actually before that. It hadn't quite started yet. And we're getting yeah. That's a good one. That will just yeah, she's doing it. Gail is doing it. Oh, this is my school. This is Sagene. Oh my goodness. I'm always so proud to see them. And they usually have an adult band before it starts. Yes. So that's the Janitsar Corps. guess you could hear my voice because I am just so excited to see them. And sometimes there might even be some kids that I know from the neighborhood, you know, some of my friends' grandchildren still attending that school. So that makes it really special. And they usually we tell each other to look out for Gunnar, look out for Lisa. So yeah. And when you see the people with the red on, that means that, you know, if they have a red outfit, that's the last time they get to walk with their elementary school, because they're actually in high school and they're graduating from high school, and they're dressed all up in red, and they have their own parade later on in the day. But they don't. I didn't take any pictures of that. Yeah. Okay, we can go to the next one. Yeah. Yeah, you everybody, even if you don't have a bunad, you know, you just dress as nice as you can. Usually you get, especially the children, they get new clothes and new shoes, and by the end of the day, those shoes are almost worn out from all the walking. You can see the royal family up there now on top of the on top of their porch up there. Yeah, they're standing out there. Yeah. Yep. That's good. That's me walking. Now it's yeah, we stayed with my brother, and he did not come with us, so we were heading back to have they usually had a midday meal where he lives, so we were going back, leaving downtown now. Yeah, you can see people standing up, climbing up everywhere, you know, so you could get a better view. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. Oh, there's still a couple more. Yeah, that's me and Eric again. I mean, Van Air again. Yeah. Yeah. This actually, like I said, wasn't at the beginning of the parade. Is there somebody calling? No. Okay. Yeah, thank you for your patience. Of any questions that you have, please please ask me, and I'll be happy to answer as best as I can.
I have a question.
Thank you.
How early did you have to get there to get that spot?
Okay, I think we left. Yeah, we might even have left earlier than 8, because all public transportation and traffic is stopped 2 hours before the parade, and it usually starts around 10. Yeah, so we probably left around 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How often do you go back for Syttende Mai?
Well, you know, this is the sad part right now. I couldn't go in last year, and I couldn't go this year. I would go every year because I only have one brother, and he was born at the end of the war. I was born when it started in 1940, and he was born in 1945. And they were too busy being happy, so there was nobody in the hospital helping my mom. And so he actually was born with the brain damage. Yeah, but he is wonderful. He has his own apartment, and you know, he looks forward to me coming to visit him. So I usually go for May and June, so I can go to the 17th of May, and then his birthday in June the 2nd. and then I go in December. Yeah, so I hope I get to go this December, because I know I can't go right now. Norway's got, they let everybody in except America right now. They're really upset with us. Yeah, but that's good, you know. They need to be safe. Yeah.
How many schools? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, how many schools, school children? Like you said, all the schools, the children walk to the parade. Like how many schools would that be approximately?
Okay, well, like I said, this time it was 112. Now they try to keep it to 100, and so the people, the schools that are not in the parade, they will then, you know, it just keeps turning around and around, because everybody wants to be number one. You know, they want to be one of the first ones coming up, you know, to greet the king and queen, and they. And oh yes, and one other thing, they do invite schools from other cities and small towns in Norway. So usually there might be up to 5 schools that's part of it. Mm-hmm. They come, of course, coming in with train or bus. Mm-hmm.
And I would just want to say one additional thing. There are parades in every single town,
Yes.
village, township across
Yes.
the whole country.
Yes, you're right. You're right. It's a very, it's bigger than Christmas and your birthday. It's the biggest one. It's the biggest one. Mhm. Yeah. Thank you.
I've got one more question, Astrid. For each school, how
Mhm.
many grades participate?
It's 7th grade. You know, yeah. Mhm. It goes up to 7th, and then after that, then you're in high school, and that's when they after 3 years they graduate from high school, and that's when they get to dress in red. There is also blue and green, and I think there's even yellow now, because they have some trade schools, and so they have their own colors. But the most of the high school students that graduate are red rus, and they have their own parade. Mhm.
Astrid, could I
Yeah.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce the holiday correctly?
Syttende Mai.
Syttende Mai. Okay.
Syttende Mai, yeah. Gratulerer med dagen, or just gratulerer. Yeah, you say that to everybody.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
happy.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. We need to start doing that, you know, here too. We should. We really, really should. I wish we would. Mhm. Yeah, especially now.
I wanted, when I saw the parade in Trondheim
Yeah.
in 2012,
Yeah.
they even had the Rus students march with the other students in the parade in the morning. They didn't have their own parade.
Okay.
But they do have another separate parade later in the afternoon with other groups and adults and stuff.
You're right. They it all depends on that school, maybe how many they have, or and they don't have to, but they are allowed to. And then sometimes you'll see them just running through they'll just be having a ball, you know. They'll be just running through the whole through the whole school, and even into other schools. Yeah, because they have very festive outfits with slogans, you know, and fun sayings. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Did
Yeah,
you grow up
go ahead.
in,
Go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was just going to ask, did you grow up in Oslo?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Did you move to the US?
I moved to America when I was 18 to go to, I was a foreign exchange student. Yeah, that's how it came. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then I went back because I couldn't work without it. Without, you had to have a special visa because I had that special student visa. So I went back home and I got myself and the visa so I could work, and I came right back, and that's it. Well, I did go back for 2 years. So my oldest son, not Van, but Kjell, he is born in Norway. We lived in Norway for 2 years. Yeah, but all my kids have been to Norway, 6, 7, 8 times, because my husband and I worked for the airline, so we could go. And my granddaughter here, she's been there twice. Yeah. Ask her, what did she like the best?
Yes, what did you like the best?
I really like the whole thing, but I especially like Bergen. Went to Bergen.
Yeah, see there? Bergen. Yep. Anybody from Bergen here? With ancestors from Bergen? There you go. Yes. It is beautiful. That's the most wonderful thing. You take that train ride from Oslo up to Bergen, and it stops in all these little tiny towns. And then part of it is you go on a it's like a small ship, and it goes in, and you get to even see the you get to see the mountains, and you get to see waterfalls coming down, and then it comes back in and you go on. This is the scary part. Then you go on a bus ride, and my granddaughters, the first time we did that, they were scared. They were really scared because, it comes from the top of the mountain, and, the road goes around and around and around. Yeah.
It's very steep.
It's very steep. So I guess only in Norway you would do that. Yep. Okay.
Astrid, could you tell us about your bunad?
Oh yeah, my bunad. Okay, I could do that. My bunad. I'll go back a little bit. Sorry. My bunad is from Gudbrandsdal, because my family came from my ancestors come from Gudbrandsdal. You're supposed to pick where your family came from, but you don't have to. I mean, you can pick whichever one you like the best. Yeah. But make sure you have some kind of Norwegian. This is you have to have that on. And your flag. Yeah.
Some of my ancestors come from Gudbrandsdal as well.
Okay.
I have a picture of myself in a bunad that belonged to my grandmother's cousin. I visited her, and she and her sister-in-law insisted that I put it on and get my picture taken.
Yes, there you go. And they have actually 2 bunads. I have the other one too. They have this one here. This is more, like everyday bunad. But it is really nice, and it comes with the apron. And my mother made this for me when I was, I think I was 16. So when I first came to America, when I went to that university, then they wanted me to go in the parade with this bunad on, and I did. Yeah. Yeah. But it was really hard. When you grow up, you think you can do everything, and I had both English and German in school. So you feel like you can handle anything. And then they put, oh no, you have to go in the class with all the foreign students. And that did it for me. So I never graduated from the university. I just said, I'll just go back to work, Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Was there one particular year that was particularly memorable for you when you went to the celebration? Or do you find that they're just the same joyful thing every time?
But when I was graduating from Sagene, and before I went to to high school, that was very special because I had been with those that same class for all those years, so we knew each other really, really well, and we knew we would be separated because in those days it was not everybody that went on to high school. They actually went to work, and some of them would go to trade school. Yeah. And so we knew that might be the last time we would see each other. Yeah. What is very popular in Norway, even the ones that's graduating from high school, they have these ferries that go from Oslo and also from some of the other cities to Denmark, and it's really, really popular to do that. And so we did. We went on the ferry to Denmark, and I think we just came back the next day because we didn't stay at the hotel or anything. We just came back because we knew that would be the last time we'd see each other again. Mm-hmm.
Astrid, did your family have special food that they ate around the holiday?
Just a lot of cake and ice cream, and my mom was a very good cook, so we usually would have fish. We'd have. I know a lot of people think that salmon is the king, but we actually would have ørret, and I think ørret tastes just as good as salmon. We'd have ørret, and then you always have to have potatoes. I don't know about the Norwegian ancestors here in America, but in Norway you have to have potatoes.
Give us the name of the fish again.
He's laughing, but it's true. It's
And
true.
lots of butter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and say that again.
Lots of butter.
Yeah, and lots of butter. Yes, my granddaughter says lots of butter. Mm-hmm. Good butter. We don't use mayonnaise or anything like that. It has to be real butter. Yeah.
The ørret is the same as trout.
Yes.
And then you have rainbow trout,
Yes.
regnbueørret.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard someone ask that question, what the name was of the fish, but yeah, ørret.
Yeah, that's it. Ørret. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very good, I agree.
Yeah, it is delicious. Mm-hmm. Because they usually come from the, they have rivers all over. So it's a fish that is a very healthy fish. It has no poisons in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Oh, and I know you want to hear about the cakes and things. Well, for 17th of May, the kids usually have extra money, and they would buy hot dogs. They have the real skinny long hot dogs, and that would come with a bun or with almost like a lefse, but it's not really a lefse. And that is actually my grandkids love that too. They love that. The Norwegian hot dogs. Yeah, they love that. Mm-hmm. And ice cream and candy, yeah. Yep.
So do they have vendors on the street selling varmapølse and that sort of thing?
That's varmapølse. Everywhere. Mm-hmm. Everywhere you go. Yeah.
That varmapølse.
Mm-hmm.
What were they selling? I couldn't catch it.
No, they have booths all over. You can hardly move for them. They'll be everywhere. Because that's one day there is really hardly no, well, now people have money. But remember, I grew up when people didn't have any money. The money came in 1960 with oil, and I left in 58, you know. So, you know, a lot of the things that I say is really backdated. I have, you know, I have in fact, almost all my relatives, because I have a lot of cousins. I don't have any aunts and uncles anymore, but and my mom and dad are gone. My mom came and lived with us for 6 years, and then she did not want. She wanted to go back home, and so I took her back to Norway, and she lived another 3 years. So she was 97. And my dad, he was a seaman. We would hardly ever see my dad, because we'd maybe see him twice a year, because he was always, the ships, you know, were big in those days, in the early days. He left home when he was 16 and sailed all his life. And the only reason my mom met him was because he got sick with malaria from Africa, and was in the hospital with her dad. And then my mom came to visit her dad and met my dad. Mm-hmm. So I'm very grateful for that. Yeah. Okay.
Astrid,
Yes.
would you mind telling us about some of the national costumes I see behind you?
Okay. Well, you know, every area in Norway have their own designated costume, and they're all beautiful. And the one that I was wearing, it also comes in black, and I just happened to pick the blue one, but the black one is just as beautiful. And and now they have some that doesn't cost quite as much, because they're not made in Norway. And they're beautiful. They have another name for them, actually. They're not really bunads. They're party bunads. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you have some behind you.
Oh,
maybe
yes.
children's clothing.
Yeah, the children ones. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, this might have been Gabby's. This might have been Gabby's, and this might have been my daughter-in-law. She saved them because she was thinking that maybe, and actually my youngest granddaughter did wear this one. So Josie wore this one, because they're 3.5 years different, right? Yeah, they're 3.5. So this was, and then let's see, this is this actually was Jonathan's.
So that's a boy's.
Yeah, that's Jonathan's. And let's see, and this is Eric's. I mean, Vance. He had this one made, and it is not. This is not from Gudbrandsdal, because he fell in love with the ones from Sognefjord. The Sognefjord bunads are probably the most famous in Norway. Both the ladies and the men's. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They come with different vests. Yeah, they're really beautiful.
They look like they're made of silk.
Yeah. The vests are embroidered.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, they are really beautiful. Mm-hmm. So you take good care of them. Yeah. So I'm hoping Van is hoping that maybe his nephew can wear. I have 3 grandsons, so maybe one of them will wear his bunad, because it's a shame for it to just hang in the closet. Yeah. Yeah.
Having them out for us to look at, and good eyes for Holly to notice them behind you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh.
So
I mean, I do miss it. I do. I have, honestly, I love America. I really do. You know, that's the one thing. I really would like to say this, and I always, people ask me, well, why don't you go back? Why didn't you go back after your husband passed away? I love America. You know, there is no other. I mean, we are something. We really are. We should be so proud. Yeah. We're really a wonderful, wonderful nation. Yeah, we are.
Thank you, Astrid.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I love to watch videos on the internet about Syttende Mai and other customs, and I like to watch the cooking shows. There's some modern cooking shows and stuff now. But whenever I love to study the difference between what this group that we see right now. We have, I call our traditions frozen in time, because our ancestors that immigrated to the United States brought with them traditions that I'm just gonna broadly paint this between 1880 and 1920.
That's correct.
Was the biggest waves. And time froze for them because so many of them weren't able to go back frequently or at all, maybe perhaps. And so foods and traditions and dress and even language sort of froze in time. And many of the Sons of Norway members still picture the traditions as being the same. And yet we know that they have evolved. And the part that I'm the most curious about is the food associated with Syttende Mai, which is this hot dog thing.
Yeah.
It is, I have read and seen on the videos that something like 3 times the number of the population of Norway is consumed in hot dogs alone in about 3 days around Syttende Mai. It's like every person that can eat a hot dog is eating at least 4 or 5 of them. And it's just incredible.
There's somebody right here. Yes. 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 Fell in love with it.
So I'm curious, is that a young person's tradition?
No, it's everybody. It's everybody.
It's everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody.
And do they, what do they put? I mean, I've heard everything from like the American condiments to just the hot dog in the wrapper, and that's it.
Yeah, you can, but a lot of people will put ketchup on, or even a mustard. You know, you can do. Yeah, that's fine. I like it plain, but a lot of people like ketchup or mustard, and they always have the condiments there, or even onions. Yeah. Onions is good.
Onions, yes, sauteed onions, I guess, are very popular.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
They're also sold in the gasoline stations.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
They're sold all over,
They're
all
sold,
the time.
Yeah, like my granddaughter said, you can always buy that. I mean, I think that would be a devastation if people couldn't buy hot dogs. Yeah. Yep.
And I'm curious too, like, do they drink it with a soda traditionally? I mean,
yeah, they have a lot of, of course, Coke and Pepsi and 7-Up is popular there. You know, they have everything that you can think of has been adopted. But when you go to McDonald's, ask my granddaughter, does it taste like the American McDonald's?
It's not the same.
It's not the same. No. American McDonald's is the McDonald's, you know. But they, people, it's popular there too, but it's not the same. No. So they have their own, yeah.
Is there, I'm just so curious about this type of thing. I can think of drinks that are popular in a lot of European countries that are unique to that country. Scotland in particular has this bizarre orange drink that they call Iron Brew. But it's like plasma. Everybody, it's a wonder they have any teeth at all. They just drink it day and night, and it's like I've never saw anybody drinking milk. But I'm assuming that especially around the holiday, that people drink or eat these hot dogs with perhaps a very kind of like a traditional soda of some sort, or maybe
Yeah,
it's not
well,
even a soda.
yeah, you're right. They have a lot of one is Solo, which I grew up with. That's Solo is very good, and they still make it exactly the same. Most of the things that are like it hasn't changed. It has not changed. It's, and they drink a lot. They drink a lot. Solo, yeah.
Is it SULO?
SO.
It's like solo.
Solo.
Like solo. Okay. Yeah. I remember seeing those in the we would call them ready marts. Like you go in and you get packaged sandwiches and drinks and things, little stores.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing bottles, small bottles of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very popular.
Right. Yeah, but they have, a lot. They have a lot of different ones, and some things have changed and have been adapted to. America is still the favorite country, So they try to adopt almost everything we have here. But like I said, McDonald's it's a Norwegian McDonald's. It's not the same, Yeah.
Chocolate. They keep their chocolate.
Yeah, and now the chocolate in Norway is very popular here. So when I go home, that's the only thing. Bring back chocolate, Norwegian chocolate, all of them. Yeah. Chocolate is and my family like geitost. They like the goat cheese, the real goat cheese. Yeah. So usually I manage to put one in each suitcase because I don't think you're really supposed to. Go ahead.
As far as the pop solo,
Yes.
that is found in big bottles or small bottles, and just the way that we find Coke here. It is just as common, and
exactly.
It's found in every store. Everywhere that you would find pop, you would find that pop.
That's
it's
right.
One of the biggest ones. It's just as big as Coke, probably. And and the hot dogs, those are unless something has changed. I haven't actually lived there since '95, but I've been there many times since then visiting. But the hot dogs, they are often typically it is two kinds. It is either what they call grill hot dogs, or it is the wiener style, which are long and skinny and don't have as much flavor. They're much more plain, and often boiled. While the grill hot dogs are often fried or grilled.
Yeah.
So and I remember toppings typically being ketchup, mustard, and then the sautéed onions or crisp onions. Those were very popular. There were probably others, I just can't remember those. But in Stavanger, had an expression, and that was "en med alt," which meant one with everything. And that was a hot dog with every topping on. So somebody said "en med alt," then everybody knew what that meant.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, you're right. You are absolutely correct.
Oh yeah, it was incredible how big those hot dogs were in as a child celebrating Syttende Mai.
Yeah,
I agree. It was one of the most important foods, and also ice cream for sure.
And also, one other thing, everybody likes to sit on the outside cafe and on the street. So in the summertime, from as soon as it starts getting warm enough, you'll see the outside cafes everywhere, all over, all over. And that's not just in Oslo. I bet it's in all the towns and cities all over Norway, and people like to be sitting outside and enjoy, and they drink a lot of beer. Yeah, Norwegian beer is good. I'm not really a drinker, but it's very popular. And you know, you can't buy, so in Norway, I'm sure you know, you can't buy it in a regular store. Even in a large grocery chains, you can buy the beer until 6 o'clock, and that's it. And they have the sign, you know. But
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Astrid, when you were young, did you march in the parade every year?
Every year. Oh yeah, wouldn't miss it. And yeah, and my shoes would be completely ruined. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think we've had a wonderful program and discussion. Certainly thank Astrid and her son Van for sharing photos and videos with us and all your experiences. We have any last questions before we finish up today?
Could we get Gabriella in the picture with Astrid one time?
Sure. Here she is. Yep. My favorite granddaughter right here.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Have a good celebration continuing on till tomorrow, and thank you everyone for joining us today. It's been a wonderful program, and we'll we'll see what we come up with for June and July and August, but we'll be in touch. And I think this joint Zoom program is a good thing for our lodges to meet with each other. Even when we can start meeting again, we might still continue doing Zoom. I think it's a good way to see each other, and for people who don't have to drive to go somewhere, it makes it easy too. So we'll continue to use this technology, I think.
Can you hear me, Gail?
Yeah.
Is it possible to get a copy of the program? One of my sisters wasn't able to be here until the last half, and I wondered if I could get a copy for her. Jan Movig.
Yeah, we'll see if this works. First of all, when I
Right.
get done, if there's really a recording, and then I can send the link to V and Judy, and they can figure out.
Well, my link is easy because it's jmjovig@aol.com. So it's the first letter of my first name and then my last name @aol.com.
Okay, well,
It's a good Norwegian name.
Yeah. Okay. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out. We'll figure it out. So and I did go ahead and record the question and answers because it seemed like there was a lot of good questions and a lot of good information coming out.
Yes.
So,
I didn't realize you had to have permission ahead of time or I would have done that. But it said I had to ask you if I could make a copy.
It. Yeah.
So,
I guess that's the way it's.
Now I know.
My settings are so. Okay. Well.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and have a good month of May. And it's been wonderful to see you all and hear from you.
Thank you, Astrid.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Astrid.
Thank you.
Tusen tack.
Gail?
Yep.
You will have to do something, click leave and then end the entire meeting.
Oh, I know. I was just waiting around to see if anybody who was left had anything more to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can end it here for everybody.